Hello beauties, welcome back to the Jolie Beauty channel. If you're new here, my name is Jolie Cash and I'm the CEO of cruelty-free beauty brand Jolie Beauty. So today I am literally stoked. Like, I've been kind of waiting around 18 months for this moment to be able to sit down and feel like people might go to a festival and I can do a tutorial. I have been so excited to get down with the festival makeup again. It has been a while, so I thought, why not do this bright rainbow-esque look with glitter and jewels. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I did creating it. I absolutely love working with colours. Sorry, I've been using all the powder. Oh dear. It looks like there might be something else going on at this festival. I promise, it's powder. So today I'm going to be using the Proud palette, and I have used every single colour on my lid from this palette, so you only need one palette to get this look. I also want to mention that I would have done a bit of a better hairstyle, and I was really trying for you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, it's jolie.cash, just getting that in there. I asked you guys to send me some good festival hair tutorials, because I was like, oh my god, I know I'm doing this, I know I've got to do my own hair, what am I going to do? And you guys did. You sent me loads of links, and well, RIP chunk of hair. This is what happens. I'm going to insert a clip, and this is why I do not do more hair tutorials. Do you remember what I was saying about festival hair? The makeup turned out good, so let's just focus on that. I definitely need to learn how to braid or French plait or something, because it's pretty dire. But yeah, ignore this, look at this, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. My brows are already on. I've just used my pink honey gel and I brushed them through just to make a nice fluffy brow. Then I went in with my NYX brow pen, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. You guys have seen me do this routine a couple of times now, so I thought I'd just skip this step and we'll get on to the eyeshadow. To prep the eyelid ready for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in Rumour 02. This is just going to give us a really nice clean canvas and just make sure that all the colours that we're going to use are going to really pop forward. I'm just going to cover the whole entire eyelid with this primer. And I'm also going to take it a little bit high here. That's because we're going to be dragging out the shadows quite far, and I don't want them to lose any intensity. I'm not creating a defined line underneath the brow. That's just because the look I'm going for today, I just want a little bit of an ungroomed kind of brow. So I'm not going to carve it out with the flat brush or anything. I'm just going to blend it up to the brow hair. And just keep on patting, just let that set a little bit. I'm then just taking a little bit of a buffing brush and just making sure that I don't have any harsh edges here and at the edge here, because when it starts to set, sometimes that can be a pain to blend away. Earthquake! The first shade I'm going in with today is the shade Cath, which is this one here, and of course I'm using my Ethereal Pro brush set for all the eye brushes. I don't know why I just lost that word then. Eye brushes. And I'm just taking this colour into the inner corner, packing on the shade. I want it to be nice and poppin', nice and vibrant, so I'm just packing it on with a packing brush. Then I'm going to go in with a small blending brush just to get rid of that harsh line that I've created and buff that colour into the socket. This brush is honestly an absolute godsend for this kind of work. You can really be precise on how high you're taking the colour and where you're placing it. It is the ultimate little blending brush. Taking the even smaller blending brush out the set, I'm going to go in with my next shade. And that shade is the shade Julia, which is this deeper green here. And you might be able to see from this eye, it looks like I've used a yellow and then a lighter green and then a deep green. But actually it's just the effect of the yellow and this deeper green blending together. So I want to make sure I don't go right in next to that yellow. Otherwise I'm going to get a yellow and just a dark green. I want this green to be further back. I'm going to start it here halfway across my eyelid, and then as I wiggle back and forth, you can see where that darker green is touching the yellow, it's starting to make more of a vibrant green in the middle. And I'm just going to blend those shades together. So although it looks like I've used a bright green here, I actually didn't use a bright green at all. It is just the two shades mixing. And yellow is a fabulous colour for that. If you ever are like short of maybe a few eyeshadows and you need to make different colours, then I definitely recommend blending some yellow into your looks, and this will definitely help create different shades. So you can make some peaches out of pinks, etc. It's just such a nice colour to blend with. So like I say in all the tutorials, it's going to be a bit of blending back and forth, just seeing what looks good. Make sure when you're blending into that yellow, you start using a really light hand. You should hardly feel the brush on your face. And just when you feel like you've got a little bit less on your brush, you can start taking it a bit higher and blending it into your socket there. And honestly, the brush does all the work for you. Having these precise brushes just absolutely changes the game. When you feel like you've mapped out that shape kind of where it should be, and honestly, don't get too caught up in trying to make it perfect at the moment, because when you look at your eyes and they're both done, you can make little micro adjustments with your blending which will make the eyes look more even. So don't get too caught up, just try and get the colours in the right kind of places. Guys, I am so excited to be doing like festival looks again. It feels like it's been forever since I've done one, so just loving getting the colours out and getting excited. Have you guys been to any events yet? I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below if you have. The next shade I'm dipping into is the shade Nadia, which is this deep dark purple here. And I'm really going to add this into my crease, starting to feather it into that green. And this is the shade that's going to start mapping out that outer V. So I'm connecting it to the green, and then I'm bringing it up to my brow, making sure I'm looking at the other side to try and match as much as I can, and just blending that shade out and up. Don't worry if it's not blending together at the moment, you can just keep going back in and feather into that green. The only issue you might have with obviously purple and green is if you overblend it, it will start to look a little bit muddy. So make sure you're just kind of touching the brush in and connecting it, overlapping the colours slightly. And you'll want to make sure you're dragging that purple into your crease, because this is what's going to give the definition for the cut crease as well. Keep swapping back into your brushes, making sure you're not losing any of the other colours. But as I said, don't overblend because you'll end up with a muddy, muddy mess. So that's how our structure is looking at the moment. So obviously you can see it's pretty harsh coming down into that purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend in some pink to connect these shades together. I say pink, but it is a kind of purpley pink. It's the shade Cara that I used here. I'm just taking that on a fluffy, loosely packed blending brush. That was a mouthful. Loosely packed blending brush. I'm surprised that came out all in one sentence the first time, because normally that would be like take 10. So I'm going to take this blending brush and just make sure I'm feathering this pink from the purple gently, gently, and also connecting that pink to the green slightly as well. And again, if you feel like you're losing that colour, get your other brush and just feather it back in. And honestly guys, this is like the key for all blending. Oh, I wish I could just cut off the distraction, but I feel this is when I actually want to just shave off the end of my eyebrows. I'm not going to do it, but I feel like it. But yeah, just keep dipping back into the colours that are kind of starting to go missing, and just switch between your brushes and just have fun with it. You know, it's festival, it's fun, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to look pretty incredible no matter how you blend it. Because it is a festival look, I just do like to take the pink slightly higher up. If you wanted to, you could even go straight ahead with this shade Steven, which is like the lighter pink, and just really buff it into the temple. And that gives you a nice soft effect. I do love a soft temple, me. Oh yes.
Oh, my bum hurts. Oh, God, this chair. Just excuse me while I adjust my buttocks. Pretty happy with how all the top shades are laying. So I'm just going to dip in with a liner brush and just map out where I want the bottom of my wing to be. So I'm just going in with the shade Nadia, and I'm just making sure like I've kind of got a general idea of what angle I'm pulling the shadow up at. For me, this just helps me kind of envision what's going on with the look. Just by popping it in at this point, I just feel like I can just see the structure of the eye, make sure it's going in the same direction as the other eye, and it just keeps me on track with maybe how I'm going to cut the crease as well. I just feel like that extra step helps me flow a little bit better, so I like to do that now. Just make sure it's looking semi-symmetrical on each eye. Oh, I just love doing all these colourful looks, guys. It's just getting me so excited. Some of you guys that might not actually know, but at Jolie Beauty we do actually do like glitter parties and events normally. So we haven't been doing that for obviously nearly like a year and a half with all the uncertainty with weddings and festivals. So it's been about like 2 years since I've actually glittered somebody up in person, which is just feels so wrong because I'm just so used to maybe glittering like 30-40 people all in one day. So yeah, I've really missed it, and it's just nice to feel like it's all coming back and seeing people going out and things opening up again. It's just very exciting. I swear, doing makeup on yourself, you're just so disorganised, you just throw things. And so I'm going to take a cotton bud and just take some micellar water. And I'm just going to rub away some of this excess makeup on my lid, just so we get a nice clean canvas for the cut crease, and so it runs in your eye and then makes you cry on camera. Oh no. So for the cut crease today, if you watch my channel often, you'll know that I've got very small lid space. So what I like to do normally is really enlarge that by cutting higher, but because I've got so much detail going on over the top, I can't cut as high as I normally would. So I'm actually going to follow today the shape of my eye. No worries. Has he been a good boy? I don't think so, by the sound of it. He jumped in the swimming pool. Oh dear, is he playing you up? Not happy with Loki. Naughty boy. Missing his mummy, that's why. A bit colourful today. I'm off to a festival, Saul.
Where?
Tonight. Did I not tell you? To cut the crease today, I'm going to use the P. Louise, and this is the blank canvas collection. I'm using this one because it's a self-setting formula, so it's a bit thicker and it's not as runny as some of the normal bases. Just taking that on a nice flat brush, and I'm just going to start stamping from the inner corner outwards, just creating a nice sharp shape, using the edge of my brush to really create that nice defined line. And just make sure you're looking at both eyes, just to make sure you're following the same kind of height with your crease cut. I don't really need to cut it all the way along because these shades get a bit darker here. Cutting it around 3/4 of the way is absolutely fine. So my crease is cut, and now I like to work from my darkest colours into my lightest colours. So I'm starting on the outer edge and working in. Taking a small packing brush, I'm just going to fill in with the shade Nadia, the darkest purple, and I'm just deepening up that outer edge. Next I'm taking the shade Alok, which is this deep blue shade. Why did I struggle to say blue? Deep. And it was like unicorns exploding in the brain. Just like, that's my life. This deep blue navy shade, and I'm just packing that next to purple. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to blend diagonally, so dark, like almost in stripes, because I feel like that's what pulls up the eye. So light shade diagonally, blue diagonally, purple diagonally, like that. Don't know how to explain that better, but there would be a better way, but words at the moment just seem to be struggling with those. And the shade for the lid space is this gorgeous turquoise colour, and this is the shade Lady Phil. I'm just going in with a big packing brush to begin with to get the colour on there. And then I like to go in with a smaller brush just to get the more precise edges of where I've cut the crease. So, and just looking back and forth and just seeing that you've got everything kind of symmetrical. I think that's looking pretty good. Eyeshadow is on, and then I'm just taking my Infinity Gel eyeliner in the shade Black. This is definitely the eyeliner that I would take to any festival, believe me. Super black, super waterproof, and I've done my fair share of wet festivals. The festival I've been to the most is probably Download Festival, which is a rock festival in the UK. They actually name it Drownload because most years, I don't know what it is, no matter what date in June they put it on, the gods like lavish so much rain upon this place. Like honestly, it's up to your shins in mud. It is crazy. Tight lining my eye and doing my upper waterline as well. So I've been really fortunate to see some of my favourite bands there. I was actually super sad this week because I don't know how many of you guys are into rock music, but Joey Jordison, who is a drummer out of Slipknot, which is a metal band, he died this week, which was super sad. Passed away at 46. So it was like part of my childhood, like, you know, Slipknot and that kind of music, and like being like 12 or 13 and just really being into that scene. And yeah, it was really shocking news. So rest in peace, Joey. I was fortunate enough to see him live a few times, and oh my god, he was I mean, it's not very often you get to see a drummer who is better at drumming upside down than most people are sitting upright. If you don't know what I mean, I'll insert a clip here. I'm also taking that liner on the lower waterline as well. Before I go ahead and smoke out the bottom waterline, I am going to go quickly do my base first, and then we'll carry on with the eyes. To finish off the eye look, I'm just going to buff the shade Nadia underneath to smoke out that lash line. Coating my lashes in a little bit of mascara. I am going to be adding some falsies as well, just to give this look a little bit more oomph. If you can't put them on at a festival, when can you? Making sure those lashes are coated top and bottom. Just popping the lashes on. These are in the style Summer. And they're super dramatic. It's time to add some glitter. I'm going to be using the Jolie Beauty I'm going to be using the Jolie Beauty biodegradable glitter, and this is in the shade Kunzite. As you can see, it looks kind of white in the container, but when you put it on the skin, it turns into this beautiful pearlescent pink. And I'm just going to add that all the way around my temples. I'm mixing the glitter with our Glitter Fix gel, which is the perfect partner for all our biodegradable glitters, because it just helps them stick on, makes them really waterproof. As you can see, that glitter, because it's just got like this kind of pearlescent effect, it doesn't distract from the makeup too much. I think that's why it's such a pretty glitter to add on, just for that hint of sparkle. Of course, whatever glitter you want to put on, you rock it, because festivals, you know, you may as well just go as crazy as you want, hey? I'm also adding just a couple of extra jewels just for some little festival sparkle. Do love me some rhinestones. And that is the eye look and the glitter complete. I'm just going to finish off my lips and come back and show you the final look. So guys, this is the final festival look. I hope you really love it as much as I do. It's so nice to be coming and doing colourful and glitter and all that jazz. And yeah, just using one palette, one glitter and a few jewels, and look at the creation you can make. If you enjoy this tutorial, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. It really helps out our channel, and it means that we can keep providing this makeup education
for free for you guys. Whilst you're there, I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment telling me what you thought about the look and also what you'd like to see from me next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!